Hello, my beautiful feather tribe. Welcome or welcome back to Unbound Soul Tarot. My name is Helen and I am thrilled to welcome you to this week's Pick a Card reading. I hope you're all doing really, really well, and thank you all for subscribing, for leaving me comments, and for liking the uploads that I've posted on this channel. It really, really, really means so much to me. But let's get into what today's reading is going to be about. So we're going to look at the urgent messages that your spirit guides have for you right now. What is it that you desperately need to know for your highest good? Now, there is really no set system for this week's reading, simply because I left it open for your spirit guides to say what it is that they want to talk about specifically. So we'll see once we actually get to the reading portion of this week's reading. But rest assured, it's going to be something that you need to know right now, that is going to help you move forward in the best way. Now, we have 3 piles to choose from today, and those 3 piles this time, after a long pause, actually do come with gemstones. So you guys already know we always start from the left and we move towards the right. So for pile number 1, we have this selenite stone. For pile number 2, we have Lapis Lazuli. And for pile number 3, we have this Lemurian Quartz. So because we're dealing with very high vibrational energies, we also have some very high vibrational gemstones and crystals with us. So take some time to feel into your body and see which pile calls you in the most. As I always say, I think it's really, it helps a lot to close your eyes and to take a few deep breaths to really center and calm yourself so that you could be present in this moment, and that helps you listen to your intuition and actually hear the pull of your senses way more easily. So yeah, there's no rush. See which pile you feel drawn to, and then when you're ready, go into the description box or the comment section down below and click on the timestamp that you need. So happy choosing, and I will see you there. Hello, pile number 1. You guys chose the selenite crystal, and it's a very beautiful one, I think so at least. So I'm gonna put it over here for you guys. And we are going to get into the oracle card portion first to see what it is that your spirit guides want you to know right now. What do they want to talk to you about? Now, if you are new to pick a card readings, or if you just are not exactly sure what you should be keeping in mind as you're watching this, then definitely go and check out the video. It is going to be listed at the top of the description box, so you won't be able to miss it. Go ahead and watch that video if you don't exactly know what to keep in mind. So yeah, that's my disclaimer part. So let's get into your messages. We're starting off with there is only light. Wow, and justice. We have the seas of Mintaka. Seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. Oh, another word of light. Okay, let's see. Oh, we also have transformation. Oh my God, another 11, Queen Bee. And finally, I can be trusted. So pile number 1, I feel like your spirit guides are really trying to give you a pep talk here. It feels very empowering. All of these messages coming through these cards, it feels like what they want you to know right now is that you are way more powerful and way more resilient than you give yourself credit for. I kind of get the sense that you may have gone through something that maybe shook you up a bit, or that made you question your life, made you question your choices, made you question who you are and what you really can and cannot do, and what you should and should not do. I almost feel like these existential questions for you, pile number one. And these are very, very fundamental. They're very necessary questions to ask yourself. But I do have the sense that maybe those questions took you into a more dark space than is actually healthy. I feel like these questions and this shift, these changes that you've experienced, these shakeups that have happened, whether they are big, whether they are small, it doesn't matter, and it is going to vary for all of you. But I feel like the effect is almost the same, where you've kind of lost confidence a bit, and you've kind of lost the sense of trust in yourself, and maybe even trust in your spirit guides or in the universe. Most specifically, I do feel like it's very much talking about you, and I feel like this uncertainty is actually aimed at you, that you yourself feel within yourself. And so your spirit guides here, what they are trying to do is help you see your own potential, help you see how much more capable you really are, and how all of your abilities and all of this inner strength and all of this inner power and sovereignty within you has not disappeared simply because you have gone through changes. Again, whether those changes are big or small, whether they are something that happened outside of you in your external circumstances, or whether they are some sort of inner transformations that you've gone through, it doesn't matter. The real you, the you at your core, is still the same. The soul level you is still the same. And as this card says, there is only light. Your soul is pure light. The aspect of like shadow and light, that comes in when we talk about ego and the persona and this like 3D personality that we have, right? Because that's what we need. We need things to be in balance, but your soul is pure. Your soul is pure love and light and consciousness, and it's divine. So I feel like what your spirit guides want you to do is to remember that. They want you to urge to turn your focus on that, and to find ways to empower yourself, to find ways where you can really kind of cultivate that courage and strength that is within you, where you can remind yourself of that. So maybe doing things that make you feel good, that boost your ego, that boost your confidence, the things that you know that you are good at. Maybe doing things like that would really help you kind of come out of that darkness, that hole that you may be in right now. Even if you're not like in a massive hole, because again, I get the sense that there is going to be a variety of emotions here. Some of you are probably going to be feeling the shifts and changes and the uncertainty on a deeper level than others. But regardless of the level of the darkness that you may be in, or the uncertainty that you're in, I feel like you would still benefit greatly from finding ways to, as I said, make you feel more confident and make you feel more empowered. Doing things that make you feel empowered, talking to people that lift you up and that make you really value what you have and who you are. Like all those kinds of positive influences, positive things that would really, really help you out here. And I also feel like the message here is that no matter what has happened, no matter what has shifted, no matter what you've maybe lost or had to sacrifice or give up or compromise on, it is all happening for the benefit of you. And I know that it's such a cliche thing to say at this point. I feel like whenever something happens that like shakes us up, or whenever some sort of changes happen, there's always the message, it's all for you and it's for the benefit of you. And it's kind of like something that that doesn't really help when you're in the midst of those emotions. It doesn't really help you get out of it. But that's truly the truth behind the situation. It truly is. It is so that you could purge the unnecessary stuff out of your life. It is so that you could get some much needed space, some clarity, some sort of more focused vision in your life, so that there wouldn't be that much clutter and unnecessary things that are, you know, asking for your attention, asking for your energy, asking for your commitment and focus and you know, just draining you. There really isn't any need for that. So yeah, this feels like a simplification, honestly. Whatever has happened, it feels like it's been a simplification of your life. And what your spirit guides just want you to focus on here is how you can get that personal power back, that sense of feeling assured, feeling confident, feeling like you can trust yourself, you can rely on yourself. You know that whatever happens, you have the abilities and you're capable of coming out of any situations that may come up for you. And that's really the message that I feel here, because with this Queen Bee, with this justice, I feel like there is so much power within you. There's so much like spirit, so much spirit, and so much resolve to see things through, to make things happen, to come out on top. So you just need to see, you just need to see the things that that spirit sees in you, and that I'm sure other people see in you. But I feel like the beauty and the uniqueness and the really, really positive qualities of yourself, some of them may be lost on you right now. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. We all go through these periods. We all go through these low points in our life, and that's fine. But yeah, this is just this very, very sweet pep talk from your spirit guide. So I hope that it helps you feel a bit better in some way. But let's look at some more messages from the tarot portion as well. So let's see, what is it about this current situation that you are experiencing that you may not be seeing right now, that you may not be acknowledging? What are the hidden aspects? Okay, we have the Three of Wands in reverse with the Knight of Cups in reverse. Oh, and the King of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Okay. And what kind of advice do your spirit guides have for you? We're starting off with the Queen of Swords right under Justice as well, no less. We have the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay, interesting. You're getting a lot of court cards. I'm kind of getting a flashback to last week's reading. I believe we had a similar thing there as well. Anyway, this is probably going to be a more specific message, but with this Knight of Cups in reverse and the King of Pentacles in reverse, I do feel that possibly for some of you, you may have recently gone through a breakup of some sort, or if it wasn't like a romantic level connection, then it might also be that you lost a very close friend, or you lost someone that you cared a lot for. But more strongly, it feels like it's something to do with like a romantic connection. But again, take it as it resonates. And if that's the case, if you've recently broken up with someone and you're kind of going through the blues of like getting used to the single life again, or just starting to get used to the new reality of it, of not having this person in your life anymore, then I do want to say, especially with this Three of Wands here, that this person was not part of your like future blueprint where you're going, where you're supposed to end up, what your destination, your end goal is. And that's why it was time for them to leave. That's why it was time for them to like be removed from your life. Yeah, I do want to say that for some of you, if you are kind of struggling with some sort of heartache or difficult emotional sensations due to a breakup or some kind of falling out with someone, then yeah, this may be something that you're not seeing about the situation, or that you're not privy to, maybe, but that's a very specific message for someone. Now, for others of you, if you haven't gone through a breakup or you haven't lost anyone close to you, then I just feel like what you may not be seeing is that whatever shifted, whatever changed for you, I feel like the thing that shifted was due to the thing not actually being fully like close to your heart, if that makes sense. I feel like whatever it is that shifted, whatever it is that you had to either let go of or move away from, or somehow adjust something regarding, again, whatever what this pertains to specifically for you, that was not something that was actually like in alignment with your heart's deepest desires. And so because like going down that path or proceeding the way that things were going, doing that would have actually taken you down another path or down some other route that would not have actually made you happy. It wouldn't have been what you actually want to achieve, what you want to accomplish, and it wouldn't have been in accordance to your deepest heart's wishes and dreams and desires. So that's why this shift or this rift came in. For some of you, I even get the sense with this King of Pentacles in reverse here that whatever it was that you were doing or whatever it was that you were invested in, that may actually have been contributing to that like lessened sense of self-worth or lessened sense of confidence. That thing may have actually like chipped away at your confidence slowly but surely. Maybe it was having a very negative influence on you on some level. Maybe it was actually financially detrimental to you as well. Maybe it was like it wasn't supporting your material stability, security, that kind of thing. Whatever it was, I feel like the grand message here is that this thing, it wasn't actually good for you, and it wasn't in alignment with where you are supposed to be going, where you're supposed to be moving, and where your spiritual team is leading you. So that's why whatever this shift that took place occurred, that's why it happened. So that's the hidden aspect that you may not be seeing right now. And so now we move on to this advice portion. We have the Queen of Swords with the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Wands in reverse. So the first thing I definitely want to say is that your spirit guides want you to keep moving. They want you to like not get too sucked up into that place where you start maybe feeling a sense of complacency, or where you feel unable to actually do anything or move, where you just get so bogged down with that like emotional burden. So yeah, your spirit guides want you to move, and they want you to move with purpose, with focus. They want you to keep a clear-headed mindset, clear-headed approach. But at the same time, with this Knight of Wands in reverse, I feel like they don't want you to rush either. I feel like they don't want you to act out of any impulses, act out of any like momentary emotions or anything that might be sparked up within you, like just suddenly. And they really want you to like think about your actions here with this Queen of Swords, because it is a very intellectual energy. It's a very thought through energy. And as I said, it perfectly coincides with this Justice card. So there is a lot of like intellectual energy here. There's a lot of being rational, being logical, thinking things through, strategizing, planning, analyzing, like putting all of that in place before taking the necessary action. And I feel like with this Eight of Wands here, it's like there is a lot of potential for fast moving energy. There's a lot of potential here for quick progress, for you to be taken out of this emotional dump that you may be in, or this hardship that you may be experiencing, and being transported into a much more abundant, into a much more effortless and flowing energy. But it does require you to kind of keep your head about you. And again, I do understand that, especially if you are dealing with something very emotional and you're having a hard time like getting yourself, you know, into that good stable place. That's fine. Take your time, feel your feelings, do what you need to do. But I do feel like when it comes to this advice, what your spirit guides are suggesting for you to do, what would be the best thing for you, it would be to kind of approach this situation from a very rational and logical aspect, rather than getting sucked into like this overly emotional aspect of the situation. And keep going to towards what it is that you truly want. Because maybe now with this extra space, extra time, extra energy, whatever it is that you now have more of, or more space to accommodate, it actually allows you to direct that energy into something that you truly want to do, something that you truly wish to achieve, and make the most of it. So that's really what your spirit guides are saying here. But again, really make sure that you plan things and that you don't get hastily into any situations, or any, you know, that you don't get into any impulses. But that's the messages that your spirit guides desperately want you to know right now. I'm keeping it nice and short and sweet, somewhat. So I hope that this reading resonated and that it helped you. If this was your story, if this is what you're going through and you found something useful from this, then definitely let me know in the comment section. I would love to know. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel as well, so that you wouldn't miss any upcoming readings. But yeah, I am sending you guys so much love and light. Please take care of yourselves, pile number 1. And I hope to see you next Thursday for the next pick a card reading. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 2. You guys chose this beautiful Lapis Lazuli stone. Very divine and very much tied to the third eye chakra, and also the crown, but mostly the third eye. So yeah, very exciting to see what your spirit guides want you to know right now, what it is that they deem very important for you to know. Now, if you are new to pick a card readings, or if you just want a little refreshing of what you should keep in mind as you're watching these general YouTube readings, then definitely go into the description box and you'll be able to find the first link that I have put there is of the video where I talk about all of the most important things. So go and check that out if you don't know what you should be keeping in mind. But that's the disclaimer part for this reading, and without further ado, let's get into what your spirit guides want you to know right now. Oh, we have manifestation. Wowza. Okay, really cool. I'm gonna fidget around with the cards. Just as a heads up. Okay, we also have King of Air. We have the Blue Flame, Spontaneous Awakening, Activation, Integration Time. We have Diligence. Oh, this one first. We have I am kind. And last but not least, we have pure nature. Ooh, number 7, and we have 25, which reduces down to 7. So you'll have 7, 7. That's pretty cool. So pile number 2. Well, it looks like you guys are bringing something to life here. It feels like it's something that you have been working on, that you have been wishing for, that you have been putting a lot of time, thought, energy, and resources into. And it looks like it's finally coming through, like it's finally materializing for you. Something is definitely coming to life here with this manifestation card. And so I feel like your life is about to change. And there is going to be some new energies that you're going to have to get used to, that you're going to have to kind of learn about and learn to include in your existing reality. But a couple of things that I'm kind of picking up on from this is that the one thing that your spirit guides want you to kind of keep at the forefront of your mind is that, first of all, why are you manifesting the thing that you're manifesting? Why do you want this, whatever it is that you are trying to create or make a reality? Why are you doing it? What is it that you're trying to achieve from it? Or what do you think that it is going to be giving to your life? How is it going to benefit your life? How is it going to improve your already existing life? I feel like those kinds of questions is something that your spirit guides want you to really consider. They want you to kind of have a very clear intention and a very clear understanding of your manifestation, of your creation, whatever it is. Because I just feel like the thing here is that sometimes we work on things and we pour ourselves into things and we are wishing for things that we think we want, but maybe on a deeper level or with some like more scrutiny, some sort of like deeper analysis, we would actually discover that maybe the thing that we want, we don't actually want that much, or we are not sure why we want that. And it may just be a way of like filling some sort of void. Now, I'm not saying that that's the case for you, definitely not, but there's just this question of why. And I feel like that's what your spirit guides really want you to ask yourself before this thing actually comes about, before this thing materializes for you, so that you would have a very clear vision of what you are going to be doing after you actually have it. How are you going to incorporate it into your life? As I already said, what are you going to be doing with it moving forward? So that's another thing, right? Like, we want things, we work towards things, we have these goals, these desires, these dreams, and oftentimes we kind of forget about the other side. We see this goal as like a finish line, and we think that when we reach that finish line, everything will be magically all right, everything will be fine. And we don't actually think further than that. So what happens when you have that thing? What happens when you reach that finish line? What then? What next? What are you going to be doing? How is your life going to be looking like after you have accomplished whatever it is that you want to accomplish? Sometimes we reach some sort of destination, and even though it's a positive thing, it's a joyous thing, and we should be celebrating, we may actually feel a certain void or a certain emptiness or a certain melancholy feeling, because now that we have this thing, we're not actually sure like where to go from there, what else to do. And so we may be like faced with all of these different questions or new options, and we just don't know how to deal with them. So I feel like what your spirit guides are really emphasizing here is that putting a very clear vision in place beforehand allows you to not get that like kind of baffled or overwhelmed when this thing actually does arrive. It's going to allow you to be prepared, and actually like work with this new thing, work with this new energy in the most efficient way. It's going to allow you to stay in control. So yeah, so that just so you wouldn't get caught off guard, make sure to have those questions answered. You can journal about them. You can just think about them out loud if you want to, or in your mind, or you can meditate about these questions, or do some sort of like deeper soul searching. But whatever you can do to get this clarity, I feel like it's going to be very, very beneficial for you, because with this spontaneous awakening, I do feel like the thing that you are working towards could kind of come about more quickly, more suddenly than you expect, and it may kind of like actually push you off balance a bit, because it may be kind of unexpected. That's one of the main points here. But the other point that is coming through very strongly here is that once you have your information in place, once you know why you're doing what you're doing, and the vision with what you started in the first place is still kind of clear for you, or is in place, your spirit guides want you to remember that as you get this thing, as you achieve this goal, as you reap the benefits, the rewards, and the bounty of your work, of your effort, make sure to share it with others. Make sure to find a way to give something back, because that is going to enable you to, first of all, feel better, actually enjoy this reward more, because, you know, sharing is caring, as they say, and it's just going to help you stay in that very positive and grateful attitude for longer. And so it's also going to help you prolong, it's going to help you enjoy that sensation of achievement for longer. And it's going to also bring about even more blessings the more you are able to stay in that very high vibrational energy. Yeah, that's kind of what I feel for the main topic of today's reading. And now let's look at some tarot cards as well. If this resonated, this is clearly the right pile for you, and you should keep watching to see what else your spirit guides want you to know. So we're first going to have a look at what are the hidden aspects that you may not be seeing within your current situation right now. So let's see, we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Ace of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. And for the advice portion, what your spirit guides want you to know, or what kind of advice they have for you, especially moving towards the future, we have the Page of Swords with the Eight of Swords and Shadow Work in reverse. It's interesting that you're getting the Shadow Work card, because it's kind of what was coming up before with the doing the soul searching, that aspect, right? So it's funny. But yeah, moving on to, or actually I should say starting off with the first cards here. We have the Three of Pentacles in reverse with the Ace of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So what I'm picking up straight away from this section of the hidden aspects of your current situation, I'm getting a very strong sense that, again, especially with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse here, that the results could be coming in a lot more quickly than you actually expect or realize. So again, it could kind of push you off balance a bit. And another point why I'm saying it is because we have this Three of Pentacles in reverse here, which makes me feel that I have a feeling that the skills and the experiences that you have, I feel like they are not going to be helpful to you, or at least they're not going to be very helpful to you with this new thing that you are manifesting, with this new energy that you are bringing to life. So with this Ace of Wands, it feels like this energy is something that you kind of have to go from like ground zero and build your way up. It's something that you're going to have to learn from scratch and kind of get into this like beginner mindset, I should say, because it's something that you can't like deal with just based off of all of your previous experience and all of what you've like learned before, what you've done before, what your current like skills and mastered talents or gifts are. It's something that is kind of like completely new. Now again, I'm not exactly sure what it is that you are manifesting here. It could be a relationship, it could be a new home, it could be a business or some sort of like new creative outlet. But whatever it is, I feel like you don't have the experience to deal with it, and so it's kind of it's going to require you to have this, as I said, beginner mindset and have a very open-minded approach. Now, why I'm again saying it, and I love how all of these cards are like, again, meshing into each other so beautifully and working in tandem. We have this Page of Swords here when it comes to this advice section, right? And the Page of Swords is like the epitome of the forever student. The one who is very curious, the one who is always learning new stuff and always yearning to broaden their mind and broaden their horizons and satiate their curiosity and their thirst for knowledge, to expand their awareness and bring in new information. They're constantly trying to improve upon what they already know. And so that's what your spirit guides are urging you to do here with this Page of Swords. They are literally asking you to get as clear as you possibly can, which I was already feeling with the King of Air as well, and that we already talked about previously. But they are really urging you to kind of put the pedal to the metal and really like focus on this, hone in on the truth, on the facts, on the information that is going to help you when this thing actually arrives, like how to best handle it, how to best deal with it, what you should take into account, all those kinds of things. It's going to really, really help you. And with this Eight of Swords coming out in this advice section as well, and with it actually coming out upright, I feel like the more positive aspect of this card is actually being emphasized here, which kind of tells me that your spirit guides want you to like stay with this again. Like, don't spread yourself too thin. Stay focused on what this is that you're trying to do and what it is that is about to materialize for you. Don't try and put your energy into a lot of different things at once, or don't try to initiate something new. That's one of the main things actually. Don't try and initiate something new right now. Stay focused on this thing that you have been working on, the results that you are waiting for. Stay focused on it because it's coming and it is going to need a lot of your attention, as I already said. So yeah, I feel like it would be a really good thing for you to stick with this subject, to stick with this thing. And again, with this shadow work in reverse, I do feel like it's asking you to do this soul searching, right? This, again, finding out about the true intentions and the true depths of the whys and the hows and all of these like important questions that you should ask yourself to get a very, very clear picture of how you're going to be moving forward when this thing actually comes, when your manifestation arrives. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it here, pile number 2. I'm trying to keep these readings more nice, more concise, and more to the point. So I hope that this quick little check-in from your spirit guides, the advice from them, and the messages that came through are actually useful to you. I hope that they helped. It would really, really, it would really help me as well if you let me know how this resonated. You can let me know in the comment section, or if you don't really want to, go into the details. You can also just give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that as well. It lets me know that this was helpful and useful to you. And most of all, if you don't want to miss any of the future readings, then don't forget to subscribe to our little feather tribe. And so, yeah, that way we're going to be able to hang out in the future too. But I am sending you guys so much love and light. I am super excited for whatever it is that you are bringing into being here. And I hope that you are too. And yeah, I am wishing you guys all the best. Please take care of yourselves. And I hope to see you next Thursday back here on this channel to see what else we are going to be finding out. But yeah, be good. And I hope to see you very soon. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 3. You guys chose the Lemurian Quartz, and I'm going to put this one right over here. Actually, it's a crystal. I should say it's a crystal. I'm going to put it right over here. Yeah. Okay, so very exciting stuff, pile number 3. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you're all excited for this reading. So we are going to have a look at what your spirit guides want to talk to you about the most right now. What's important for you to know. But before we get into the cards, please go and check out the video that I recently made. It's called 7 Things That You Need to Know About Tarot Readings, I think, something like that. I completely forgotten the title of the video, but it is the first one that I've linked in my description box. So if you are new to tarot readings, or if you just are not exactly sure what you should be keeping in mind as you're watching these general readings on YouTube, definitely go and check that one out and then come back to this one so you would know what to bear in mind, okay? So that's my disclaimer from now on. And now let's get into your cards. Oh, okay. Wow, we're starting off with Soulcraft. Yeah, okay. We also have the 8 of Air. We have Earth School, Life Lessons, Soul Growth, Study, Higher Learning. Okay, interesting. We have Community. We have I Achieve with Integrity. Oh, cool that like there's the sun image or like symbol. Well, it's not the sun in here, but you know, it kind of looks like the rays of the sun. Anyway, and last but not least, ooh, we have number 26, Transformation. A lot of butterflies. And yeah, I just noticed, okay, so it's the craziest thing. We've had this in other piles as well. So we have the 8 of Air, right? Number 8. And then we have 26. 2 plus 6 equals 8, right? So it's kind of crazy. We've had these numerological synchronicities in pretty much, I think, all the piles. Anyway, sorry. That's not important. Okay, pile number 3. I don't know whether it's fair to say that, but I actually feel that your pile might be the most like substantial, or the most like, I feel like the message coming through this one is the most important, is almost what I want to say. So I feel that what your spirit guides want to talk about right now is your truth and what you came here to do, pile number 3. It feels big. It honestly feels very, very big. So I kind of get the sense that you may have been struggling a lot in your life with external expectations, where maybe your family had certain like thoughts or opinions about what you should be doing with your life. Maybe they were very much constricting or limiting you to what they thought that you should be doing, and maybe you weren't really ever given a choice to actually freely express yourself and do and create what it is that you want to do and create. I almost feel this like stifled energy here with your pile, I have to be honest. Almost like you haven't been allowed to be the real you, and you haven't been allowed to shine in your fullest colors. And so if that's you, if that's the way that you have been living your life, again, whether those pressures have been coming from your family, from society, from school, from your friends, whatever the external pressures have been for you, I do feel like they have had a massively restricting impact on you. And I feel like your spirit guides are now urging you to break free from that. Now, for some of you, I feel like it's already happened. I feel like you may have like recently broken out of the mold, or you may be doing it right now, or you may be thinking about doing it. But I don't know, for the most part, I feel like it's something that you still haven't really taken on, or you still haven't dared to pursue, to put your true voice out there and to freely express yourself and to stand up for what it is that you really want. It has had quite a detrimental effect on you and on your psyche especially. It almost, like, I feel like it's almost like suffocated your soul a bit, suffocated your heart. And I love that, especially in this card, the butterfly is on the girl's heart. And so I feel like that's what is actually transforming your heart space, where you finally have the ability to shine your heart's light and to shine who you really are, and express what your soul's unique gift is, what it is that you came here to do. Again, some of you may have already started doing it, and others of you maybe haven't really reached that stage quite yet. But that's truly what your spirit guides really want you to focus on here. Because as much as you can achieve great abundance and prosperity and fame and status and approval and validation and respect and admiration and all of those really great things, you can do all of that and still feel incredibly empty on the inside and incredibly unfulfilled and unhappy and miserable in your life. And that tends to happen when people are living a lie, when they are living an existence for others, when they are living an existence that was forced upon them and that isn't actually in accordance to what their soul is truly calling for. And so I have this kind of feeling that even if you are really successful, even if people really look up to you, even if you have a very high standing in your profession or in your little community, whatever it is that you do, I feel like it's not fulfilling for you. It doesn't actually make you happy. And it can't make you happy because, again, it's not your truth. You are living someone else's truth, or you have been living someone else's truth. And so turning your focus on actually getting to know the real you, actually breaking through the conditioning and the programming and all of the molds that were forced upon you when you were growing up. Breaking through that, and again, transforming your heart space, allowing your true soul's desires and your true heart's wishes to come forward and to shine brightly, right? Like this sun, to shine brightly, to let others see who you really are and what you really have to offer. That should be the focus here. That's what's truly going to liberate you. That's what's going to set you free from this prison, from this really stifled energy. I'm sorry, I can't think of a better word, so I'm just going to stick with stifled. And the thing is that even if you are afraid, even if you know that the real you is something that maybe your family would never understand, that your family or your friends or your colleagues or your neighbors would never accept, that's okay. You can't really change how someone else perceives someone else, or how someone perceives other people's truth, right? And whether they choose to accept it or dismiss it. You can't change that. You can try, but there's really no point here, because the the sole focus here is that you came here to fulfill your own soul craft, to figure out what it is and to master what it is and to do with it as much as you can, to express it as much as you can, and to live in it as much as you can. And there are going to be people who will value for it, who are going to be resonating with the real you, with the true you. And those are really the people that you actually want in your life. Those are the people that will uplift you, that will, you know, be happy for your successes, be happy for your breakthroughs, that will celebrate with you as you reach new heights and new levels. And they won't be competing with you for these achievements. They will actually be celebrating you and being happy for you, partaking in the joy with you, rather than seeing you as some sort of enemy or competition or whatever. Like, that's the kind of truth, and that's the kind of love, and that's the kind of frequency that you really want to be surrounded by. Again, I see, like, look at even this card. I feel like this is so perfect. Do you see how all of these people here are, like, they are drawn to the light of this sun? They are pulled towards it. They are reveling in it. They are enjoying it. And I feel like that's the energy that you are going to be achieving. That's the kind of community that you are going to be experiencing when you finally start showing people who you really are. That's when the true soul family of you, the soul tribe of you, can really come and find you. They can really see who you are, because right now it's hidden, or it has been hidden, right? You are above this cloud, and there's this massive fog that you are that is like hiding you. You can't be seen. People can't see you, and when they can't see you, they can't find you, right? So there is this massive learning curve that you are going through here. Or at least, again, if you haven't dared take those steps already, then that's what your soul team, your spirit guides are really urging you to do here. They are asking you to start the transformation process, to chip away the false persona, or the glorified persona, or the conditioned, the programmed persona, the version of you that is someone else's version and idea of you, and it's not the real you. Yeah, it's worth putting your energy into finding out the truth about who you are, and again, why you came here. Because that's really that's the only lesson really that you should learn here. That's the main lesson. And if that's something that you actually learn in this lifetime, if that's something that you end up discovering, then I'd say it's a life well lived. But yeah, that's the message. If that's the story that you resonate with, and you recognize it for yourself, then you are definitely watching the right pile. And yeah, so that's a bit of a confirmation for you. But we are going to also look at some tarot cards before we close this reading out. This is going to be a shorter reading, so I'm not going to keep you here forever, as I tend to do. So we are going to first look at what is maybe a hidden aspect of the situation, what you may not be seeing with this current situation that you're in. And we're also going to see what kind of advice your spirit guides have for you right now. So let's see. Okay, we have the Two of Swords. Wow, we have the Five of Cups. And we have the Seven of Wands. Okay. And the advice. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to laugh. I have to laugh because I love tarot. We have the Ace of Swords upright with the Eight of Cups in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles upright. So the first thing that I just want to say straight away is that the hidden aspects, especially with this Two of Swords here and the Five of Cups, and actually the Seven of Wands as well. Anyway, okay. I kind of get the sense that wherever you are right now, and as I said, however successful you are, I feel like it's kind of a dead end place for you. It's something where you are going to remain stuck if you don't break out of it. So even if you are, like if you're in the boat where you still maybe haven't dared to really open up about what you truly want and be vocal about who you feel that you truly are and what kind of life you really want to live, if you're still kind of living in that restriction, right? Because maybe you don't want to upset your family, or you don't want to cause any drama, or you know, you don't want to lose the existing relationships, or you, whatever the fears are, right, that you are experiencing internally. I feel like staying in that space, you are just going to be miserable, and that's not going to change by itself. The happiness and the fulfillment that you are seeking, even if you keep achieving amazing things, even if you keep progressing in your career or getting more acclaim from people, whatever it is, it's a dead end place, and it's not going to ever give you the satisfaction that your soul is truly yearning for, because as I said, it's not your life, it's not your truth, it's someone else's truth. And so it can't possibly make you happy if it isn't resonating with your soul truth. I hope it makes sense. So I almost feel like, and I know that this is kind of harsh, and I do apologize, and I hope that it's, you know, it's not too disheartening and too massive of a blow. But with the 7 of Wands in reverse here, I almost feel like you can't really win in this situation, the way that this is, the way that your reality has been. So it's better to kind of break free from that. It's better to go through the initial discomfort of leaving something that is so familiar to you, leaving something that you may have known all of your life. But on the other side of it is something so much better, something so much more rewarding. And another thing I feel with this is that the longer you stay in that false reality, or in that reality that isn't really resonating with you, the more you stay in that place, the harder it is going to be for you to actually leave. The harder it is going to be for you to actually break free from it and to leave it behind. And so I feel like the longer you stay in that energy and in that reality, the more it's going to be eating away at your soul, the more it's going to be eating away at your confidence and your self-belief. Again, I don't want anyone to get scared or anything, because I know it sounds super harsh, but the place that you are possibly still in is a very dangerous place to be in, because it can actually make you stuck and keep you stuck if you don't actively, proactively do something about it, if you don't decide to stand up for yourself and change the situation. Because that's something that I do want to say here, is that I feel like things are not magically going to be changing on their own. If that's something that you have been hoping for, then I feel like, again, I hate to disappoint you and I hate to give you these blunt messages, but I don't see that happening. I don't see that coming, especially with the 2 of Swords. This is like a dead end situation. This is a full standstill. Nothing is moving. Nothing is progressing. It's just stagnation. That's it. And with the 5 of Cups, this is just prolonged misery and unhappiness, and that's the kind of energy that is really, really unproductive, that just sucks your soul out of you. And there's really no need for you to stay in this energy, because you already know that it's not for you. This life is not for you, right? So why stay here? Yeah, I'm sorry. I do realize that those were really straightforward and very, very blunt messages, but that's kind of what's coming through here. That's what I feel like you may not be seeing about the situation, the real like depth and degree of severity of the situation, the more you put it off, the more difficult it's going to become. Okay? And so that's why I feel like when we get to this advice portion over here, we have this Ace of Swords, right? The sword of truth, the sword of victory. But it is a sword, right? It's a weapon. And so what your spirit guides are urging you to do here is to take that firm stand, to fight for what the truth is, for what your truth is, and to express it, to vocalize it, to make it sound, to make yourself heard. That's what the advice here is. Especially when it comes to the situations that you're not actually happy with, but that you have been putting up with for quite a long time, for, again, whatever reason. I'm sure that there are different reasons for all of you, but it's important to actually vocalize the things that you are not satisfied with, the things that are not fulfilling you and that are keeping you in this void, in this emotional vacuum. It's very important to stand up for that. And with this Knight of Pentacles, again, it's asking you to start taking these small steps, small practical steps, putting one foot in front of the other to start liberating yourself from the situation and to start living more and more in your truth. Now, I love that it's the Knight of Pentacles specifically, because the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest of the knights. It's the most cautionate. Sorry, that's not a word. It's the most cautious and efficient and just very strategic, right? He thinks all of his moves through before he makes them. And so I feel like what this is saying is that, like, there's no rush in that sense. You can take your time and you can, take your deliberate steps, deliberate baby steps. But as long as you're taking steps, you're still moving. You're still creating momentum for yourself to set yourself free and to bring about this transformation that your soul is yearning for. And again, even if you have already started this process, this is just urging you to keep going and to stand up for what you believe in, to vocalize your truth, even if it ruffles some feathers. Even if it does. You have the Ace of Swords upright, which means that you have the potential to come out on top. You have the potential to be victorious and make really good progress here. So just keep pushing yourself forward, even, as I said, even if it's very minor little steps, day by day. As long as you keep going, you are moving in the right direction and you are doing what your soul is asking you to do. So, wow, pile number 3. I'm going to leave it here because this was quite a reading, and I feel like yours was the longest as well, and I do apologize for this. I hope you're still here. If you are still here and if this reading spoke to you, I would love it if you let me know. You can do so by leaving me a comment or by giving me a thumbs up. And I would love it if you decided to subscribe and join our little feather tribe so you wouldn't miss out any upcoming videos. But yeah, wow, I am sending you guys so much love, so much resilience and strength and courage, because I honestly, trust me, I can absolutely empathize with you, and I do realize that it's not easy to step into a new life. Even if it is in the long run something that is going to make you a lot more happy, it's still difficult, and I do understand that. But yeah, your spirit guides are really rooting for you here, and they wouldn't be bringing this up if it wasn't something that you were capable of doing. So remember that, okay? And don't get disheartened if the fear overtakes you and you feel the need to slow down. Again, take your time, but just keep going. Just keep doing little things, whatever you can do every day to move towards your desired goal of being the real you. Okay? So, okay, sorry, I promise I'm going to stop talking now. Thank you so much one more time, Pile 3, for spending this time with me. I truly hope that I will see you here next Thursday as well for my next pick a card reading. But in the meantime, look after yourselves and take care. Bye-bye.